Alright, so this is where we're at the moment. I've got my bottom right side and the top of what will be the cabinet section, and then the middle divider. And we've got just a standard 45-degree mitered corner there. However, this one, because the whole case is going up on a 82-degree angle, sloping in at the top on the left, I've got to be able to get the same sort of mitered corner down here, I need to cut a 49-degree angle on this piece. The problem with that is most saws, including my table saw and track saw, only cut up to, well, the table saw does 45 degrees and the track saw will do 48, so I'm a degree off on the track saw. But my old man's come up with a good idea in making a wedge to put down underneath the track saw track to raise the track saw up, and then that way I'm not starting off on a 90-degree perpendicular sort of cut. I'll be adding an extra couple of degrees to the track. So to do that, I'm going to mill down this piece of MDF which is going to sit under the track saw, and to do that I'm going to stick it onto this chunky piece of ply, put a little spacer block underneath the ply to lift the whole thing up on one side, and then put it through the thickness planer, which will start just taking off bits and bits until I ended up with a sloped section of MDF here that then I can put under the track saw. So we'll give that a go and see how it works. Alright, so that came out about as good as I could have hoped for. I've got 40.9 degrees, so pretty close to my desired 41. I just need to do the same for this bottom panel and then cut the length for this side, and then I'll have the full bottom assembly ready to mock up again. We've got a lovely square side over here. Got our middle divider, which still needs to have a little shoulder cut on it so I can bring it forward to just shy of the thickness of what the doors will be, and that will be your separation. I'm going to have to put a little squared off block in here to mount the bottom mount drawer slides for the pull out part. But other than that, I'm really happy with how all these angles have come up. Got the miters all pretty much perfect, and everything will pull together nicely once it's time for the glue up on it. Before I do all the glue up, I'll start making the other two sides, the long parts at the top and the very top cap. And then once I've got those pieces sort of roughed out with all the angles cut on them, I'll start working on the rest of the internal part of the structure down here, like the pull out, which I'll have to make a whole big drawer assembly for that, and get 2 adjustable shelves on each side, and then the doors. So that's pretty good though. I'm pretty happy with how all that came together. It was sort of a bit of mental gymnastics trying to figure out all the angles and the lengths and stuff. I ended up using FreeCAD to do a drawing on it, because I wasn't able to do obviously like a full-size scale drawing with it being so big. But yeah, there we go. See you in the next one.